Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Professor with Day Trading for Success. Hope everybody had a pleasant 4th. Today, we have a group of people here. We are trading. This is kind of the usual suspects. We're going to be trading AMD live following the range-bound RV strategy. If you want to learn about that, there's all kinds of videos, trading archives with me trading this strategy. And then there's a book out called Day Trading Volume 1 I'll have a link to, and this is a really popular strategy. So make sure you read this disclaimer. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Please seek the advice of someone you trust before you try to emulate this strategy or any other strategies that we show on this channel. For that matter, any strategies anybody shows, unless they're licensed, you really should be following someone licensed, then trading in a simulator for a while and making sure that whatever you're trying is working for you. And then after that, maybe start small share size and work up, because sometimes when you go live, it kind of changes the way you were trading in a sim. A lot of people don't take the simulator seriously and they just mess around with it, and then they just think they can be successful trading live. It just doesn't work that way. Anyway, so make sure you read that. So today we'll be trading 1,000 shares. Now, this is a big jumble up mess, and I'm going to explain what this is. It's the way this particular strategy calls out for it to be traded. Some people trade it different ways, but we're going to follow exactly how it calls it out. I've been very successful trading this strategy along with a lot of other people since last year, when it came out in March and became a best-selling book. So I highly recommend that you follow the strategy in the simulator first, and then see before you start trying to change it, and just see how it works for you. Other things you're going to want to learn to trade this type of scalping is you're going to want to learn your candlestick patterns. So make sure you get a book that that shows how to do that, and watch tons of videos that show how to do that. We have a link to one that I think's the best. It's called the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, and it really is good. It's also Day Trading Volume 2 from the $1 Million Margin Club, but I think you have to type in on Amazon. Well, I'll have a link to it, but you type in trading pattern playbook, the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. There you go. I got it right, the right title. And then the other one is 66 Candles to Mastery. That's the third one that helps you practice and fine-hone those. So those are 3 books by the $1 Million Margin Club that I highly recommend. And then Trading in the Zone is another one by Mark Douglas, to really help you wrap your mind around trading, how to understand that every trade can be a losing trade, how to understand the probabilities, coming to terms with that, and then really sticking to your trading plan that has a max loss. So if you're being successful in trading and you stick to your trading plan, if you have a winning average for the most part, then you're going to make money. But if you let the losers kill you, like so many of us do, totally guilty of that, then it doesn't matter if the winners are small and the losers are big. Even if you're batting 80%, you're going to have a negative. So that book really helps with that, along with The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hougaard. That's another book I highly recommend. So I'll have that. I have a bunch of books linked that a lot of them are log books, which I really think you need to log. And the Trading Journal logbook was the first one that I ever recommended. That has an open strategy criterion from way back that is still very successful for people, breaking the pre-market high and low levels. There are different ones of that. And there's a new book coming out about that from the $1 Million Margin Club, but it's not out yet. So I have videos about that as well. So anyway, lots of links for any of that stuff if you want to do it. People still ask about my computer speed and how fast. I have that information also there under the information of every video, along with the disclaimer you just saw, along with the screens that I bought, and the stuff that holds it up, and the rack. I want to call it a rack, but the stand that holds up. I have 6 monitors here. And I think I even have I don't think I have the microphone because it's not for YouTubers. So I don't know. Charlie, who works here and she handles all the chat, put all that stuff up because we kept getting a lot of questions about it. So there's a lot of links for different things, but the books are the main thing that I believe in, that I push. You can make money on a little tiny computer screen. You don't need any fancy equipment to do that. But your education somewhere, somehow, some books, lots of YouTube videos, lots of gurus. Don't just listen to one person or even 10 people. Because you have to come up with your own plan by just discerning all this information from everybody and culminated it into something that you can use and maybe bring a new type of strategy that we don't have yet that would be outstanding, that we all can learn from you one day. So we're a community share. We don't sell anything. I don't have courses here. I take information from the subscribers and work it into custom scripts. I have 10 custom scripts here that are totally free. All the layouts, I have links to different layouts if you want. Remember, watch episode 189 if you're having trouble loading any of this stuff. It's like a 3-minute video that says how to do it. I made all the videos episodic here so you can kind of look them up when they're referred to find stuff. But there's so many videos, hundreds of videos now, with different strategies, from the escalator strategy, the open strategy, the RV strategy, and then of course now there's a new open strategy we've been testing that is just, I think it's going to, the RV strategy changed the world really for trading, but the new open strategy, it's I just saw the statistics on that from everybody back testing it, running from 61 to 66% accurate wins. Now that may not sound like a lot, but if you're practicing a good profit-loss ratio and you start with a 61 to 66% just by following it, just by following the strategy, that means you're going to make money. So everybody's like freaking out about that those stats are coming in so high from people that are novices trading it, just following what it says to do at the 4 different open strategies. So they haven't rated which one is best, and that can come down to somewhat of scalping skills, because you do want to be able to get in and get out quickly. So if you're brand new to watching this and you are good at gaming, then you're going to love the open strategy, or for that matter, any type of scalping. It's really good for gamers. But that 61 to 66% after these thousands of hours trading this, that's really good, guys. And probably doesn't sound good, but you can make money on 50. You can make money 40, 50. I'm sorry, 40, 60. It's like, oh man, I was a math teacher. 40, 60, as long as you cut your losses and keep your winners bigger. So your profit loss ratio is important. A lot of people like to do 2 to 1. If you did 2 to 1, you had a 61 to 66% chance of winning trades. You're going to have a lot of money. Obviously, share size is important. Now, we're trading a fairly expensive stock, so hopefully you've met the PDT rule, which means that you would have $100,000 to margin trade this. So you couldn't quite get this many trades. How many trades could you get on 100,000? I should have figured that out ahead of time. Oops. Wow, this isn't working well. I have this new calculator. I think it's easier just to use my phone, frankly. This is confusing me, but bear with me, guys. What's our price here? So we're at 166. Let's call it 167. So you can get 600 shares, it looks like. Yeah, that's about right. That seems, so you can't quite get this many. Everybody that's trading here has a larger account size. I think the lowest one is 50,000. So when you margin that gives you 200,000. It'll give you 4 times the value. So now you don't have to trade. You can trade 5 shares, 10 shares. One of the good things about this strategy coming up, the open strategy, is that's like a one and done, or you might want to just take one trade a day and build yourself up to that 25K. So I know I'm not trading that here now, but there's some videos about it, and there'll be a lot more because they're sending me a proof to the book, and I can't wait to see it. And if you've already joined the $1 Million Margin Club, which you can do on the $million/$margin club YouTube channel, they tell you how to do that with a little video. You got everybody there is going to get information about that book first, which is really cool. And I've got it even firster than you, which is really cool, quicker than you guys. But if you're already in the club, be expecting that from them. They were telling me I could say. So it's coming soon, guys. It's almost there. Been waiting like 6 months, right? So anyway, how do we set up this? What is this big jumbled up mess? Well, this is a custom indicator down here that is free on the channel. So the green line are the buyers, the red are the sellers, the blue column is the volume. This is the sentiment within the candle. This is a must, no-brainer to get if you like scalping, because it tells you literally you can just jump in on the move and the strength and then jump out. Is like you're waiting with your surfboard as the wave comes and you jump on that wave. It could be going up too. Jump on that wave and follow that move, right, and just get out before you hit the rock. So this has changed a lot of live scalping because of its accuracy and how quick you can get that decision to be made. Like right now, you can see that the buyers are dropping way off. And the price is going down right now, is going to be going. I mean, the strength of this move going up. Wow, we're already hitting the ATR. Yeah, I marked a lot of lines above the ATR level. Well, let me go into what this is. So we're trading in a range. So every one of these candlesticks represents a day. So I looked at the previous day's close, which is to right of my picture up there. It's like 163.90. And if I go over that candlestick, so that's the previous day. And then I look at the ATR, which is down here. Okay, I'm going to go back over the candlestick now. This is the average true range over a 14-day period. So that was $6.07. Let's call it, and then we divide that by 2. So we'll call that $3.04. We'll round up a little on the cents. And then we subtract $3.04 from the close of yesterday's candle, and it marks the close down here. And then we add $3.04. Now we've created our range that we expect the stock to move in between. But as you can see, it's breaking out of the range. It's showing you on this day chart, but let's look here. So let me open up this 5-minute chart over here. And let me auto zoom. So I know it's a big mess, guys, but it's kind of important that you mark it up this way. These are support and resistance lines that help you in the channel. So what I've done is, I wanted to just look how far it's outside the range. So I did mark some levels down here and inside here, but pretty much when the pre-market was already showing me, and this was showing me it was going up. So I kind of did a lot more up here, and I did a Fibonacci extension as well. So I'll show how I did that. I only have a few minutes, but I do the Fibonacci retracements and the extensions on a 5-minute chart, 10 days back, and also 2 days back. So the pink are just 2 days back, and the yellow lines are 10 days back. Now you go inside, this is 10 days back, and you look for the high and the low of the 10. So that was back here. See, this a little bit confusing because it's got a new high over here now, but this was the high, this was the low. It's always left to right. It could have been low to high like this, but it's always left to right. Then once you click those two, it expands these numbers, which are the Fibonacci mathematical formula. It's kind of, they call it nature's mathematical formula, and a lot of people respect that. Then you do that again with the 2-day, which I've done there. And there's a lot of videos on this, guys, if I'm going too fast. So now those give us support and resistance lines within the ATR, but since it was breaking it, I went ahead and did the extensions. And what you do with an extension is you go to the low of 2 days, then you go up to the high, and then you go right down to the low of the ATR, and those extensions open up. We've been finding that a lot of people find that have been doing that for years and find that that's a really good way to see potential areas where the stock might turn around. Then the other way we do it, pivot, they'll slow down, turn around. I did this on the 4 hours. I had to go back 4 hour. I had to go back quite a ways to get enough support and resistances up here above the ATR. But I went ahead and marked them where that you can see clearly where the candlesticks turned around. Sometimes you see like, hey, why is it there? You gotta go across and see if I'm picking it up in different places. I didn't do any really down here. It had some fibs because it's so far outside this that if it starts to move there, I will go ahead and do it. But this is where the stock has come up and turned around. So we're making note of that. That's historical data. So it might do it again. Now, this is on a 1 minute chart. I also have the volume profile put in here. You want to watch the videos on that. That's so important. You can see the action pulling across here on the intraday. This is the point of control. This is probably about to pull this up, which gives this a boost. So, you know, we think about that as being a boost, but we'll see. Because it's hitting the upper value area of that, which sort of is a rejection, as well as that profit pivot point right there. So, or it's just a pivot point here. I'm getting used to the open strategy lingo. So we're going to be trading market. Everybody's trading the same thing. We're all together, and we're going to be going in right around the right around 10 o'clock is when the half hour after market opens. We're on the New York Stock Exchange on the East Coast of the United States, and the market opens here at 9:30 a.m. Half hour after market opens is 10. This is very interesting. It's pulling it across. These are coming across. This is prior volume, price volume action that just happened. There it goes. It popped up. So although this is coming down, I hope you saw that happening. It's really it's a signal to get in. If everybody's ready to get in, guys, we should get in soon. I'm going to get in at that bottom. All right, so I'm in because this just told us it's going to spring up, even though the candle was going down. You had a support here. You had the point of control come up on the volume profile. So I went in a minute early just to capture this. So now sometimes it doesn't. Most often it doesn't work, you know. And then sometimes, more often than not, it takes a minute, maybe two, to show the move we just saw. So as you can see now, it's going against me. All right. So I have $1,000 max loss per trade. I do not want to hit it, obviously. And that's because I have 1,000 shares. So I'm willing to have it move an entire point. I probably would get out because I probably would be able to tell it's a bad play. But if it's, you know, just in case, I think it's going to turn around, I might just hold the position. Now, if you've watched a lot of my videos in the archives, you will see that my strategy, I reverse a lot. Oh my God, I forgot that I was doing this on the open strategy, and I don't have the reverse key again. So let me get that over here. That's also why you see other things buy, bid, and ask, because I'm not normally doing that either. So let's get that right there. All right, say okay. So now I have the reverse. These are pretty much all I'm going to use according to the rules that we made to trade together. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be watching these support and resistance pivot lines, which are literally creating channels, along with the volume profile, along with the Fibonacci extensions up here. So that's I was going to say Fibonacci retracements, but they're already, so now you can see this trade's going the right way. I had a small, like a $10 green, I think, before we started. So this is what this trade is right here. Let's see here. Let me this is a 15-minute chart down here to help me see bigger moves. This is the 1 minute. You saw me open up the day. This is the active trader tool. This is the level 2. I am going through Schwab's own dark pool. You may see it flash up here when I take a trade if it doesn't get picked up right in a split second. This is a 5-minute chart. This is another 5-minute reduced that I have the I could show you the 2-day Fibonacci, but I think you saw it there. 1 hour, 4 hour, which I opened up already. The news is at the bottom. And then normally, this is on Tesla right now, on another, you see how it's red? I can put a different stock in there. So yeah, it's very tempting to. So what you do, every time it breaks through one of these levels, you look at it like it's kind of a shackle, pulling it back down. So this right here is telling me this move might be over. So I have to be ready to reverse the other way. I have $980 on this trade, but I'm not sure because it's so strong above. Now see, if you were trading the escalator strategy, you break the ATR, you retest, and then it shoots for the moon. So this is sort of an escalator move right here. So I'm gonna hold this a little longer. Also, the buyers down here on the scalping indicator are really strong. So you see the percentages. They're way up here. They're beating this one too. They're ahead of the sellers here, and I have a huge cushion. And frankly, the reason they're called RV strategy, this RV, is because it's like a recreational vehicle, not relative volume, moving slow and steady, but at distance. So it's not going to get you caught up in a big move. You have a chance to say, all right, now I'm going to get out. Not like, oh my God, I missed it. Oh my God, I'm upside down. Because these are large caps, $25 billion minimum market cap, $1 billion minimum float. And this is way larger than that. And when you see me trade NVIDIA and Microsoft and Apple, and they're $1 trillion, they're huge. So you have a lot. If you can afford the share size on margin, even 50 shares, 100 shares, you have a chance of making 1, 2, 5 points and making $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day on this strategy without a huge amount of risk. Just remember, follow your trading plan. So now I'm looking at even dollar amounts as well. This is a huge gap between support and resistance levels right here. So usually when it breaks that, it shoots all the way up, or it fades off like there's no oxygen. So if it went through there and it faded before it made it, I would reverse. It might not even go through here, though. It might fade right off of this, which is what we have to be careful about. So everybody's going long still. Everybody's making a nice big profit. This is a great opening trade, guys. So even if you had 100 shares only, you're $140 up now, $150 up. So this is just one trade. Now I know with the higher fees, that went up from, 80 cents per million are now $27.80 per million. So you're paying this kind of a thing. I'm paying, I don't know what this is, $8 maybe for one trade. So doing a quick calc there. So, if I was just doing trading on 1,000 shares and I was only making $20 or something, by the time I got done, I had 100 trades the other day when I was in the power hour, and I really only made like $2,000. I think it was $2,000. And then I looked at, and I was paying 300 and something bucks in fees. I was like, seriously, so that took it down. But they're really making money off us, guys, right? I don't know if they didn't like that whole GameStop thing. They don't like scalpers. I don't know what the deal is, but making money any way they can. Okay, so even dollar amount 170. I don't know what's going on here. This froze, which isn't something I want to see. So look at the market maker. So I'm looking, there it is. I'm going to actually reverse off that, guys, and bank that. If it breaks through that, I'm going to get back in. So it did go all the way to the top, and it still could keep going. Now, you've heard me say, see, it is too, so it's a little scary that I reverse. But I like to bank it at probable areas and then manage a bad trade. That's what I like to do. So that to me was a probable area right after that big move, and you also have an extension up here that might shut it down. So that's a lot of moves there. So now the MACD didn't show it going down. This definitely says the RSI is saying it's overbought. So a message is overbought. This is a little smaller. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so that was a good place so far. But it might just turn right back around again. So yeah, this line seems to be holding at this level. So this would be great if this was the channel. That's a pretty wide channel. Nope, it just broke through it. So I guess not. Oh, there it goes. The ask straightened out over there and reconciled. Sometimes Thinkorswim has some trouble on the 1 minute chart. Can you imagine if they did the 30-second chart like some of the other brokers did? That would be, we'd constantly be screaming at the screen. So got a nice big cushion on this trade. Thinking about it, if it breaks that 69.42 level, this is where that is right here. I'd be seriously thinking about it's done with its downward move. So let's keep a close eye on that. Oh, it did it. Wow. All right, let's see if it keeps going, because it backed right off of it. Almost pressed there. Glad I didn't. Yeah, I thought it was just going to go right back up, but now it's resting on the 9. That is the 9 moving average right there. This is the 20. This is the VWAP. So now you can respect candlestick moves. Okay, that's a doji. That's a reversal to go back up. So I'm a little worried about that. But this is a tweezer move. I think it's like an 80-something% accurate pattern. Make sure you get that candlestick pattern playbook. It has a rating. It has all these different people, all the data from like a huge collective to rate these. So typically what this calls for is the exact length, or at least the length of the right side of the tweezer move to continue. So that would put us, that's like 60 cents from here. So 68, 80 something in that area. 68, 70. Oh, it's already there, isn't it? No, there's 80. So the length of that is like right around here before this move is over. That doesn't mean it won't continue. This spinning top tells you it's going oh, wow, it's still all the way down there. All right, I'm going to get ready to reverse off that. There's the whole length. See it pop back up? See how it's popping back up? So I'm going to take that. So now there's also this to rest on. So now if it keeps breaking through that and the 20, I'm going to manage my bad position and turn right around again. But that was the end of that move right here, roughly. So kind of took it a little further down. So right around here, and also on that retracement, that extension level gave it a boost to go back up, right? So now we want to just see how high it will go up. Now, there isn't a pattern right here to go on, so we're going to go on the levels, and we're realizing that we're right near the top of the volume profile add. Now, if anything, with all this action that came across on the volume profile, now make sure you watch the video. I have several videos that shows how to set this up for intraday. This is the point of control of the magnet. Normally, price action is pulled toward it, but when you see this come up, it pulls the magnet this way. So you're watching for this action on intraday. So you're watching to see if the point of control pops up. And if it pops up, it's giving you, if it doesn't pop up, I'm worried about this continued move up. This actually, did this just pull down? I was looking over here. Seems like it might be near the end of its move up here. It's weakening. Yeah, I'm going to reverse it right there, guys. I did not see this pull up, which, and at the same time, it just seemed like it was weakening right at this level, 168.79. What did I get it at? 168.88. So I got it even better than that. I got it up here. But it did break through that. I don't know if that was a shadow wick or real action. It's hurting me a little bit now. All right. I didn't, not getting the confirmation of this pulling up made me worried about keeping this. So now, often after the first breakout at 10 o'clock, here it was, we get a little bit of a retracement, then we get a little bit of a consolidation. That's kind of, nothing's for sure, for always, whatever. Any trade can go against you. You never want to say but averages, that's what happens if you go back and look. You have the 10 o'clock bounce, and then you have a retracement and a consolidation, and then that's the big deal. Is it going to keep going, or is it going to pull back? So that's where your support and resistance lines are going to come into play and really help you, along with the other indicators. Look at your scalp. See how the volumes dropped? That's why this blue column represents volume. So this is going to help us. MACD kind of went down a bit too. It still says that we're overbought, but kind of on the line. Although these days everything says it's overbought just because of the way the market is. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so that's pretty good. You guys getting all that, right? All right, so is it going to rest on that level? Is it going to break that? It's going down toward the, I'm going to take that, guys. I'm right at the point of control. I flipped it right at the point of control, right? Now, this volume pulled back, but so did this. So it's kind of like not doing anything there, but This is a little bit more of a than just a consolidation, in my opinion. You look at the 5 minutes, so you don't lose. Maybe it's going to create a bull flag here. Let's see. That would be nice. 15 minutes just straight up. These candles, you know, you'd like to see a pattern after it's done, sort of a little mini trend on a 1 minute, like a 1 minutes, you know, see a pattern. So I don't really have patterns right now is what I'm trying to say. But I mean, this is where the move started, up in this area and went down. So let's see if it can reach. Now that's a spinning top sending this up, which is good. We're above the magnet, above the VWAP. Everything is confidence high to at least have somewhat of an upward move, but it doesn't look like a particularly strong upward move because this price action isn't. Here's some price action coming in, but it's below. See where it's below it? So now granted, this is stuff that's already happened. People are going, dude, what are you crazy? Yes, it's already happened. It's taken an average of price action volume. It's already happened. But since it's set for intraday, so sensitively, already happened is just a few seconds ago. So that's all we got when we trade, right? Unless you're reading the level 2, you know, explicitly reading that. And on large caps, that's really hard to count on. So it looks like the channels are getting pretty tight here, guys. I'm honestly, look at how low this volume is. So I'm going to try to capture some baby scalps in here. Let's see if we can get it up to this level. That's 79 or 80, or possibly 169. So depends on how strong it is when it hits that. Volume actually went down with the buyers. See there? So that is not giving me confidence at all. So 76, 75. I'm just going to take that. I'm going to reverse there. I broke 5K, which is one of the reasons. So I'm going to try to manage this bad position if it doesn't. You guys are all right. I like the fact that I'm in the lead, but very few of you are right next to me. We always have kind of an internal competition, but it's not. This isn't one of the real competitions that we are aligning ourselves up to have soon, which are always fun. And there's big money at stake on these, you know, where you're making, you know, $20, $30, $40,000 in just a few minutes, you know, just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So watch some of the videos. You can see, okay, here we go. So we're looking to get getting a reverse down here at that level. I'm going to take that level. What did I get it at? 24. So, and it kept going. So once again, see how many times it's tapped here, right in this area? So I took that same move again, pocketed a little bit of money, and I think I'm down here, like I'm at 24, like I'm right. Actually, I'm right there. I thought I was a little lower, but so this, we're still seeing if this candle closes green on the 5 minute, we're going to have a bull flag, which would mean that a 82% chance it will go up. Get the candlestick pattern playbook. So besides just learning how to do all these support and resistance lines, which are definitely helping me, see how that's turning green? So if that actually turns green, you know, it's got roughly 45 seconds still, so it went back down, so that's not necessarily good. So let's see. First red on the 15 minutes, so these signs aren't looking good. Love to see that thing go green for a nice 5 minute bull flag, but trying to take less trades today. Some of you might say, oh my God, look how many trades he's taking. And other people are saying he's barely trading at all. So, yeah, it just, now there's all kinds of videos. I think episode 3 shows you how to soup up your platform to get it to go wicked fast like this. There's episodes, I don't know the number, about the volume profiles, episode how to set up your charts, episode how to build this layout, many episodes giving this layout and many other layouts for completely, everything's free, first off. But I mean, okay, so is that going to close there? It closed there, it closed, no, it hasn't closed yet. Oh, so that, why isn't this candle? It seems like this candle should be closed by now. What is this? 15 here. Huh. I swore I thought I only had 30 seconds for that to close, and now there's another 20 seconds. Did that happen that quickly? I'm looking for some confirmation to stay long on this. This is just sitting along this extension and consolidating. Like I mentioned earlier, it starts to consolidate. I'd like it to break out one way or the other. I don't want to be on the wrong end of that. Now this price action is telling me that it's going to pull it down. If this point of control starts to go down, I'm going the wrong way. Here's what I want to see. Here's what I want to see. I want to see this price action come in here and show us that it's above the point of control and pull the point of control up. That's what I want to see. So that's right. I'm looking at a 5 minute. I'm such a dunce. I'm looking at a 5 minute, waiting for it to close at the end of a 1 minute. So the 5 minutes got some time to close still. I don't know what I was thinking. It's got a minute and a half. I'm a 1 minute reader, guys. I really am. So, but here we go. Well, it's definitely going to close green now. So here's this consolidation. This could be the beginning of the breakout, and it looks pretty strong. There it goes. So anywhere in here is a good trade. If we see it start to fade, look at how low this volume just dropped. Good God. Charlie's over here. She handles the chat. Sometimes people bring me information that I'm not seeing, and I like it. So I have a little clock and a little window over here on this side that she will tell me if there's something I need to see. So the support among the traders is strong for a long move right now, and that's what I see too. So we've broken the 169 level, and I don't see a reason to get out of this trade. I mean, there may be some ebbs and flows here, but overall, I think it wants to break out. So we're going to, if it breaks this level, we're in good shape. If it, the point of control, did that just pull up? Or is that where it was? God, it seems like that pulled up to me. Maybe that's my imagination. I got to make these darker again. Let me do that. So that's right here. Let me open that up and take my eye off the action for just a second and put this a little bit darker, the opacity. Put it up to 30 and say okay. And then apply and say okay. And now I can see that a little more clearly. And yeah, I wish I was looking at it right then. So it hit that 169 as it, but then it broke it right through. Spinning top right there, sending it up. Point of control, look at this price action coming in right here. Now, I say coming in, it happened moments ago and averaged it out from 4 a.m. till right now. It took an average, but there's a lot stronger after the market opens. So the 4 a.m. stuff doesn't matter as much as the 9:30 forward. And that's where most of this is. This is going to pop up. This is too strong. Watch this point of control pop up. It's a booster for this move. So I'm going to stay in it, even if it flows a bit. Now, if this does not pull out soon, I'm going to lose confidence. There it goes. See it? There it is. So now you might see it drag down. You might see it suck down to the point. You really should learn how to do this, guys. I can't believe more professional like the YouTube. I guess they just don't understand. These YouTube gurus don't understand this, this type of the way to read the volume profile. They always have it off to the right. They have it for a much longer time frame, and they're doing longer trades. So that's great for longer trades. Absolutely. Yeah. But I specialize in scalping and showing short trades. I talked to you about how that was going to happen, why it was going to happen, and it happened. Now, all this price action's down here, so it's slightly concerning. So I'd like to see it break this value, the value level of, this is the high value level of the volume profile. So if it's going to spin off that and go down, this is already $1,000 trade. Nope. See the price coming in here too? So this is pulling back. This is slowly coming in. So yes, I missed okay, that's not good. Okay, so I still believe in the move. I just sometimes it just happens like that. I wish I could have called that right there and got that little dip. I think it went down like $200 or something over here. But it's also just hitting this 169. Let's call it 169.50, and it's respecting that level, and that's right where the higher value of the volume profile is. So I'd like to see it punch through that based on the action we saw a second ago. There it goes. Okay. And then it pulled it up. It pulled it up further. Did you see that? So that bounced up. That's a really good sign of the strength. So let's look right up where it reversed, where I reversed before. This is where I would have much less confidence in this general area. So, we're going to want to watch that if it continues to pull it up. See how the volume climbed with the buyers? Look at the scalping indicator information. It's like three things in one, so you don't have to calc it in your head. Look, all this information is available. I mean, with your volume profile, you could look at the chart. You could figure. This just makes it a lot easier to see and really, really fast. Look at the sentiment inside here. It was just 95% a second ago, still going up. Now it's going to flip-flop, and you've got to be careful getting caught in little tiny, I'm going to scalp out, I'm scalping, I'm scalp out. Stay the course on some of these unless it hits your max loss per trade, or that would be very hard to do here. I will not let any of that. I will not let this get read in any way when I have this kind of a cushion. So this is exactly what I thought would happen. It could have been down here, but I mean a breakout after a consolidation. So volume hits again. The volume kind of slowly raised. Now the buyers are going down. So like I say, we're in the middle of this thing that sucks you up here, this level, this channel that has been marked. And I always say, like a jet fighter, like the oxygen, you're pulling G-forces up here. Maybe it's just getting too high. So we're looking at this level to reverse and manage the trade. Again, called out in advance, letting you know what I'm going to do. Everybody watching, I'm looking at it. Depends on the strength. I might hold it a little longer. It hit 20 pretty hard. I'm going to do it right there. So it hit a new high. What did I get it at? 25. So that gave us 7,000 for me. And yeah, if it breaks through that retracement level, so it's got a new place it turned around. Let's see if it does another tweezer move. I'm almost out of time, I guess, but we're short. You guys, some of you are still long. Be careful, because it did hit a solid wall up there. That's what it looked like. So, but that volume was high. You're right. I mean, I see a little chat over here saying, "Look at the volume." It's like, yeah, the buyers were high on that. You're right, but it also lost. Now it's 100% the other way. So, yeah. Oh, you reversed already. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, like, this is starting to get scary here if I was still going long. But we made such a great profit. Look at that tweezer move, guys. Look at that tweezer move. Where's that going to close? 69.42 is the bottom of that. I'm going to reverse at this level on the 9. I'm going to reverse if it gets down there and then hope it goes back. But if not, the move up was so strong that I'm looking for it to go back. But I don't know. It could just keep going back down now. But it seems like this is the pullback you should expect around this time for it to go back up. We're going to upward move today. So let's just watch this. I'm looking here for like the 40. There it is. Jeez, I got that past through that level so fast. I got it at 32. Better than I would have been in a worse position if it keeps going down, because I was trying to get it up here. And as I was talking, I watched the market maker get down here. So I got a way better position than I thought, right at the point of control. Maybe, because look, so, I have $1,000 max loss, but honestly, if it gets into the middle of this area, I'll probably reverse. And that means this move is continuing to go down. So you have to respect it and stop trying to hope. We don't have the prayer indicator working yet. Think about that movie with Jim Carrey where God, I forget what was that called? But God gave him the power, and Jim Carrey just said, "Hey, I'll just make everybody's wish come true." And then, the whole world was affected because obviously the wishes don't agree with each other. So, yeah, I like Jim Carrey movies, but Everybody's going long now. Okay. So we're really looking for the same area, guys. Again, either here or here, unless it's a strong breakout. But I'd be looking more like at this level, and it's actually kind of fading. So let's be careful here. I'm going to sell out on this, honestly. So I'm getting ready to just get out. Call it a day. I'd love to make 10K. Yeah, now I had to see that because now I want to make 10K, which is the most dangerous thing to do, is to set yourself for an exact price when you're doing great, and then you just watch it go away. It's like, I'm just going to hold this last trade. Like that, right? I could have got out up there. Almost did. Is that it? That really does not inspire confidence to stay in this move, honestly. Remember that thing I said about the air's thin up here? So it just happened. It's making a tweezer move now. So I don't want to see it break into here. I'm just going to take my profits over 9K, hopefully, and get out for the day. Usually only traded for 30 minutes or so. Sometimes less, sometimes a few minutes more. The strategy calls for it to end. But you can trade this strategy throughout the entire day, honestly. But they say a half hour is what it's tested for. So I will look at 170 on the market maker as a psychological resistance. I'm not looking at how much money. I'm not trying to get to 10K. I already traded earlier for something else, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. Let me just see if I can get out. No, is this it? I'm just going to take it there. 9,300. Wow, it's starting to consolidate right at this number. So yeah, I made some money earlier today on what I call the 7 a.m. bounce. And I've been trading that a lot, and I'll be coming out with a strategy for that. What I base that on, as well as the swing trade strategy that we've been taking right around 9:30, 4 to 5 stocks to play them for the day, but often we will have a trailing stop, something like that to get to because we'll predict the levels based on the data, and then not just a trailing stop, but a stop loss, a profit or a stop loss down or whatever. So I'm saying the strategy wrong. I'll get into the strategy and show you exactly details when I'm live streaming that. But right now we just have these videos with a closed studio. So yeah, so this is where it starts to get hard to call. So I'm kind of glad I'm out right now. It did not break this 170 level. So just kind of hovered around it. So, look at the volume drop. So we're getting to a period of consolidation again. That's when you just say to yourselves, okay, just take a breath, see what's happening. Don't start flip-flopping around with a bunch of scalps, especially now what they're charging for them. And just, let it do this again, which it probably will soon. It could do it down. You never know. But I hope you saw how I use these support and resistance levels, how I use the candlestick patterns, called them out, how they should work, and then for the most part they did work, and why you should buy the candlestick pattern playbook, why you should buy Day Trading Volume 1 if you want these two things. And then I would also just throw in Trading in the Zone if I was you, if you're new, especially if you're new. A lot of times when you get that book, and people have emailed about this, they're not ready for that book yet. Sometimes you're just not ready for Trading in the Zone yet. It's kind of like you have to be trading for a while, struggling and not understanding why it's not working for you, what's going wrong, why, that's when everybody picks up that book. I reread it all the time. I listen to it on audio, and it's a tool that just never, I kind of memorize it a lot, so I don't need to re-listen to it very much. But every once in a while, if I'm having a really bad time, I'll go back and say, why did this book always make me feel better when I was losing? Why did I always feel like I could do it after I read this book when just a week before I felt like I could never do it. So that's why I like that book. And then it's really hard to find books out there that have strategies that aren't just trying to sell you some course. It isn't really what that book is. And I know you guys all want courses. And I suppose a course of some sort would help you. I mean, there's probably some really good courses out there. But in the end, you have to figure, you have to take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and a little bit from everywhere, and then figure out your own strategy. It all starts with really low share size, simulator, having something consistently work for you that gives you the confidence to start to scale up your shares with real live money. And then get ready to go out. They have a thing called trader rehab for real, because professional traders still need to go and rehab from time to time, and just take like one trade and get done for the day until they get green and get out and stop and do all, and look back at your overall trades for the month, and if they're all red all the time, then you need to really look at the analytics of all that and study to see why did you take that trade then, but anyway, trader rehab's a good idea to just kind of think about that, think about how to work through the problems, and we all go through that. I don't think they have a trader rehab book. I should tell the $1 Million Margin Club to do that, because so many people struggle. The thing is when you start to make money as a trader, you stop reading, you stop listening. It's not everybody, but it just seems to be what I see a lot of, and it bothers me that people can't understand that there's new strategies coming out every day. But if you're making money, I guess, right? Well, why bother? So anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, share with whomever. We really appreciate your support, as we don't sell anything. So the only way we're really making money is monetization of the channel. And that means you guys watching, and they say subscribers don't matter anymore. So the views are the most important thing. So just watch everything 100 times, and that would be great. All right. I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, stay green. Stay green.